We're going to talk about the characteristics of compounds in this video. But we've just seen that a compound is formed when two atoms or atoms of different elements combine together. We've also seen that the combination could be either a covalent bond or an ionic bond. Atoms combine or form bonds because they want to achieve fully filled outer shells. Now, with the characteristics of compounds. A compound or compounds cannot be separated using physical means. Some of the physical means we are talking about here are evaporation. We also have distillation. We also have magnetism, the use of magnets. Okay, all these are just physical means and they cannot be used to separate compounds. For example, if you take water, you cannot filter the oxygen out and leave the hydrogen behind. Compounds have different properties from their original metals. Here we have one atom of carbon combining with two atoms of oxygen. Carbon has its own properties, oxygen has its own properties. Once they react, we get carbon dioxide. So when you burn wood, wood is made up of carbon atoms. When you burn wood, you're going to get carbon dioxide, which is a gas, and that is different from these two components, carbon and oxygen. Constituents of compounds lose their individual properties. Oxygen will lose its individual property, carbon will lose its individual property, and together they get new properties. Elements combine in fixed ratios to form compounds. Elements combine in fixed ratios to form compounds. Here, when you have one carbon reacting with two oxygens, you are always going to get carbon dioxide. When you have one carbon reacting with one oxygen, you are going to get carbon monoxide, which is different from carbon dioxide. Okay, now here there should have been one here, but there is no number there, and then we assume we're talking about 1. If you see 2 here, that means the oxygen atoms are 2. Here we have 1 carbon atom, 2 oxygen atoms. Here there should have been 1 here, also 1 here, to combine to form CO. So elements combine in fixed ratios to form compounds. When you take 1 oxygen and add to 1 carbon, you are not going to get carbon dioxide, but rather you are going to get carbon monoxide.